Hey guys, welcome to BrickBrosProductions. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a bit of an update on what's going on with the channel, and I'm going to be doing a commentary as well on the LEGO in Real Life Trilogy and a bit of behind the scenes stuff on it, and yeah, I'll just kind of talk about the video and give you guys an update on what's going on with the channel as we go through it. So you also have to excuse my voice during this video. It's a little bit rough. I'm a little bit sick right now, but let's get right into the video. Here we go. LEGO in Real Life Trilogy stop motion movie. Right. So here's the fridge, the butter, the eggs. Yeah. So in this video, actually, I'm just gonna stop it right away. I'm wearing it's like a shirt that was made as promotional material, I guess, for the Lego movie, the first one. And at the time of shooting this film, this shirt was actually my younger brother's shirt at the time. We just wanted to wear some kind of Lego merchandise, I guess. And the shirt was actually pretty small for me, so I was pretty uncomfortable during this entire the shooting of this film. Yeah, so don't know why I shared that, but let's keep going through this. We got the stove. I actually, for that shot, just turned the stove on for the stop motion scene of it, and then we turned it off right away because we didn't want to actually cook our Lego on the stovetop. That would have been a bad idea. So cooking the butter here, that was a pretty simple shot, just kind of replacement animation. We took all these little Lego studs and kind of spread them out throughout the pan as the shot went on. Those Lego eggs were designed by my younger brother. He did a really good job on the design of the egg, and when they crack and come out, well, it's just like, that's so cool. So here comes the bread. This was probably one of the more complicated shots of the film. So when I'm cutting the bread, he's actually taking out pieces in between, so I'm not actually cutting into the Lego. And yeah, that shot took a bit. For this toaster scene here, a lot of people ask how the Lego bread isn't actually being burnt in the toaster. And the reason it's not is because as soon as, I'm just gonna go back to the shot where I put it in, do frame by frame. So as soon as I stick it in there, we put the bread in, it disappears. Once it disappeared in there, you can't see it anymore. We actually just took it out completely, and it's not even in there anymore. And then I pressed down the toaster. Lego toast isn't even in there anymore. Pretty simple. You can do stuff like that with stop motion animation. It allows you to do replacement animation, which makes it really handy for this type of movie. Salt, pepper. Got the stove top there again. That shot was pretty simple, nothing too much to explain there. The jam, this shot was a fun shot to do. So when we spread it across, I had my younger brother, it was sticking to this fork, or to this knife here, and as the knife was spreading across, we continued to have these pieces taped onto here. As he just stuck other pieces on with red pieces of clay. You can kind of see a little bit of red clay right there holding them on. Ended up with this really cool kind of clunky looking jam. Now this milk shot, we call it the money shot. So this shot took about an hour to do, just that like 2 seconds right there. So if I go back, so as he pours it in, yeah, that little sequence was about an hour and a half of shooting right there. So all these pieces had to come down, but they had to stick to the side, as you can probably see on the sides. Just let me time it up right. As you can probably see on the sides of the cup, there's some clay holding it in place right there. So as the clay is holding it, he just added on more pieces, and it poured in, and he had to kind of build the bricks up in a way where it looked like it was sloshing up against the sides and then splashing up, and then it kind of all raises up and comes back down to kind of give that satisfying like effect that you get when you're pouring milk. Serving up the eggs. My hand was shaking a lot right here. It was so hard to keep still. That one shot probably took like 30 minutes to do, and you know, this being stop motion animation, you're having to stay in the same spot the whole time, and with nothing to give me an idea of where my hand was, you know, I would naturally kind of move down a little bit. And then my brother had Dragon Frame up on this computer screen, over across the kitchen, and he had the onion skinning effect on, which kind of gave an idea of where I was standing in the last photo. So I would kind of look over at it and then kind of line up my arm to where it was in there. So we got kind of close, but as we watched the sequence afterwards, we realized how much my hand was shaking, and we just didn't even bother to reshoot that scene because it was a lot of work to do that. So this rewind sequence is kind of what makes the difference, I guess, between the compilation of all the three and watching all three separately. We wanted to tie them all in together, so all the films are actually making one big story, and that's kind of like the plan, I guess. We were hoping to make a trilogy and then a second trilogy, or a saga, so the Lego in Real Life saga, kind of have one overarching story. So things kind of progress more and more to becoming more like Lego, and we actually have plans in the future for making more Lego in Real Life films, but we're not too sure of how or when we're going to film them, just because life has gotten really busy. I've been working a lot, and my brother's doing mission work right now, so it's kind of prohibited us from actually making films as much as we were when we made these films. But hopefully in the future sometime we'll be able to kind of live out that dream of finishing the Lego in Real Life saga, and yeah, that's the end goal. So we've already kind of started planning on making some more Lego in Real Life, working on the scripts and the storyboards right now, but we have a really good idea of how the saga is going to kind of culminate into one big overarching story, and I'm really excited for the possibility of being able to make that a reality, but just don't know when or how it's going to happen. So just hang tight as we kind of slowly release the films one by one. Hopefully another one coming within the next year, maybe next summer. It's kind of hoping like when we could shoot for making one. So yeah, let's keep watching this. Excuse me. So rewind, plays again, kind of tied it in, and then all of a sudden it fades out to he's watching it on an iPad screen. So this is the second film now. This one got a little bit of backlash, I guess. A lot of people were kind of thinking we cheaped out on this one, which, to be fair, we kind of did. As compared to the last one, it was a bit lower caliber of quality than the first film. This one was just kind of like I had been doing some mission work and was back for Christmas, so we only had about 2 weeks, well, realistically about a week to film this, to do the production, pre-production, and post-production, all for this film. So we had to be pretty snappy about it. So we knew that stop motion couldn't be a reality for this film. So I wanted to tie together all three films, because we had the idea for the third film actually already in place while we were making the second film. But we wanted to tie them all together well. So we figured that making this film kind of mimicking the stop motion look with it would help tie them together better. So this film is actually just shot on video, but I lowered I'm trying to remember what I did. I made the shutter speed a lot faster, or slower, I believe. So the shutter speed was like 1 second or something like that. So the video had a really choppy look, but it kind of mimicked the stop motion feel. So yeah, there was no stop motion in this actual film, but we just really wanted to get the story across, kind of tie the films together, kind of, I guess, continue the overarching story. So this film definitely doesn't have, like I said before, the caliber of quality that the other films have, but it was fun to make still. So we enjoyed it, and this scene was actually kind of gross. I actually, obviously you can see I put the Lego in my mouth there, but we made sure to wash it, and before and after I ate it. But it does not taste good, and I don't suggest eating Lego. Yeah, so that shot was kind of cool actually. So this was a classic like wipe transition, I guess you'd call it. So we took the camera behind my shirt, and as we were doing that panning, I'm forgetting my camera shots already. We were doing this motion with the camera. He went behind my shirt, and then we cut it there, and then started another video behind my shirt again, and it just kind of tied together that motion and then the Lego egg was there, which is how we were able to do that kind of replacement sort of animation effect, but in video. Turn the volume down a bit. So, yeah, big montage here of going through all those eggs. I'm trying to remember if we actually used that many eggs for the film. I think we just like put them into a container so we wouldn't waste that many eggs. But yeah, we went through a lot of eggs. Here I am, pouting about my breakfast, and I actually really like that shot for some reason. I had that kind of playing in my head as we were making the film, and I wanted to get that shot across, and it worked out pretty well. But yeah, took some creative liberties with this film, kind of making everything a little more dramatic and amped up. That shot, very simple. We just broke the egg, and right behind, my brother cracked a real egg, and that egg came down and touched the yolk. It's all disgusting. And then I cooked this egg, and then I ate this egg on film. It's pretty gross. Sorry that you guys had to see that. And then this shot is kind of like what's tying together the trilogy. So it's like boom, something kind of turned into Lego randomly, and things are going to start doing that more and more. So now we're in the third film. This film was made the following summer after the Christmas that we made the second film. And this film was actually, we had the idea for making something out of wood. It was kind of our first original idea for making the Lego in Real Life films, was doing all that. So there's a lot of random jibber jabber on this piece of paper, but I put a lot of like little subtle Easter eggs on it, so you can take a look at that if you want to look at those. But yeah, this board, my brother made this out of Lego, and it looked really cool, and we're like, we gotta make a film with this. And then that's where all these other ideas branched out from, was just from this one like Lego board made out of Lego. So this measuring tape shot was like super cool, super fun to make. How we did it, all this wasn't actually wound up inside of there, so each of these are individual pieces, like kind of lengths, and we would just like add a length on at a time as I spanned it out. Yeah, and then the pencil, obviously just replacement animation. This saw was interesting, so you can kind of see in the behind the scenes video for the saw that when we're doing the saw, I'm actually just pushing it through frame by frame, and as I'm pushing it through, my brother's underneath there with his hand on the saw blade. The saw was off and unplugged and everything, so there's no danger here of getting our hands chopped off, but he was taking the saw and spinning it from underneath. So he was under here spinning the saw, and the saw would kind of turn back and forth, which is how we got that motion blur on it, so it looks like it's actually spinning. And then I would push it through, and he would have to reach over top and then take a piece out of here to kind of give the effect that it's being cut into two pieces. That shot took about an hour, I'd say, to do, so it was a pretty it was kind of like the money shot of the film. And we always try to go for like one of those like really big impressive shots. This shot turned out way better than we thought it would. How the block of wood moves there was actually an accident. So as I was pushing it, I pushed too hard and boom, it slipped out of place. I was like, oh man. But we're like, let's just continue with the shot, see if it works. And what ended up happening is I just kind of pretend to move my hand in there. That was all not planned, but it ended up making it seem a lot more realistic because the block kind of moved out of place, and it was like kind of added that real effect to it. Drilling through there, nothing too special there. This shot, again, just replacement animation. As soon as I stuck it in there, I got the motion blur on it by just turning it every once in a while, and then I would replace the brick. This one was a harder shot to do just because all the bricks had to fall off as I kind of pounded it with a hammer. Whoops. And then what would end up happening is my brother had to peel those pieces off, like right there, and then they would kind of fall off the side, and we'd have to stick them there with clay, and it got kind of complicated at times, but the shot turned out really nice. So simple shot there, just hammering it in. Now just kind of piecing it together. Nothing too special here. This kind of honestly could have been done not in stop motion, but we wanted to keep the look consistent throughout the film. some glue coming out of there. Just used transparent or translucent pieces. That little piece sliding down there was just an idea we had on the spot. The egg, or not the egg, the paint squirting out, that turned out a lot better than we thought it would look. All of these shots were really fun to do, and they turned out really nice. They didn't take a lot of work to do, but they ended up looking really nice. And then we just kind of like jump cut it ahead, because if we're going to show everything being painted, that would be a little tedious. This one, when he sees the color of the bill on the duck and he changes it to yellow, that's actually a key to the entire story of the Lego in Real Life saga. So we wanted to include that detail in there, so it would make sense further down the road when we get to Lego in Real Life 4, 5, and 6, hopefully in the future. So it'll all kind of tie together why he changed the bill, the color, to yellow from orange. So as you can see, all these, well, not all of them, but there's a Lego saw there, a Lego, oh man, I forget what that's called already. One of these things, and a Lego level there, and my brother made those and they look absolutely amazing. Just kind of show that, you know, things kind of turned into Lego without the guy noticing. And then the duck quacks at the end to show that it was like alive. So yeah, that's the end of the trilogy as we know it. So yeah, like I said before, we're really hoping to make more films in this saga, but only time will tell how many we'll actually be able to make, just because of, you know, getting older and moving on with life and stuff like that. But we really want to continue with the channel. And my younger brother this summer made a Lego machine, and he was working on it for about 2 years, and he filmed the video. He just needs to edit it now, but it's going to be probably one of our most ambitious videos, just because of how big it is. The video he's editing is just like a showcasing video, but yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. So yeah, so that's kind of what's been going on in our lives and with the channel, and how we hope to make more videos in the future, but time is constraining us a little bit, and work and busyness and all that kind of stuff. So you guys know how it is, the balance between creating stuff and living your life. It's a hard balance sometimes, but yeah, we really want to continue making videos, and we hope you guys enjoyed this video. And please ask questions down in the comments. Yeah, just ask away any questions you have for us. We'll hopefully be down there for a while answering some of your guys' questions. And thank you so much for the support that you guys show this channel. We really appreciate it. We just hit 370,000 subscribers a little bit ago. And that's just completely unfathomable to me, like how many people that is, and like how many people have watched our videos. I think we were just over like 70 million total views, and like I can't even imagine how many people that is. And like when we started making videos, our biggest video after like a year of making videos on this channel had 50,000 views, and that was like crazy to us. And just, man, it's been so amazing. We are so thankful and so blessed for all that's been happening on this channel, and we really hope to keep creating with it. And we hope you guys will stay around with us as we do, and yeah, keep creating yourselves, or keep making stuff yourselves, and continue making stop motions or whatever inspires you, whatever you're inspired to make. Creativity is really awesome, and we really want to promote it. And yeah, if you guys have any questions, business inquiries, etc., you guys can visit our website. I'll leave a link down in the description. You can follow us on Instagram, like, subscribe, you know, all that stuff. And see you guys around. God bless. Bye.